Hi and welcome to another surfboard review. Today the review is the pyzel gremlin. This one's the 6.6 and it's the Funformance range by pyzel. This particular model is the gremlin. It's 6.6 by 21.25 by 2 7/8 thick, and it comes in at 44.5 litres of volume. So really good paddler. Plenty of volume, and it's in a hard bottom like a real board and a soft top. What I really like about this board is the fact the whole deck has this like grippy crocodile kind of skin to it, so you don't need wax, you don't need grip, you can just stick your fins in and just go straight out without having to worry about wax melting in your car in summer, or the cost of grip, which can mount up to £80 worth when you're all said and done, which is pretty much what it cost me for grip. It's got pretty subtle rockers to it, nothing too extreme in the rocker, good amount of nose rocker, so it can handle size better, which leads me on to what I think of it overall. So, in my opinion, it doesn't grovel very well at all. For me personally, it didn't feel much like a grovel board should. There is easy catching, easy wave entry, and plenty of speed. With this board, I struggled to find the speed I was looking for, and definitely on the low end of the waves, like waist high, like the kind of waist high, it just didn't want to go at all, not one little bit. The only time I felt this board really worked well for me when I was taking it out in head high plus waves, which, you know, if you look at the way they've designed it, they say that's not what it's designed for. So to be overall honest, I did struggle with this board quite a bit. It felt like it wasn't doing what it's supposed to when it's supposed to. It just wasn't working that well for me at all. The first set of fins I tried were the Futures Alphas, and I'm not much of a Futures guy. I do like them, I think they're a good design, but these flex so much. I mean, you can see that in them, they flex so much. And the reason I went for these fins was it's a set of fins design that I was familiar with and I've used before and worked well. In this board, it just didn't work at all. I felt with my weight and the length and the weight of the board, they flex so much. I'd go to take off and the board would shimmy side to side. So I did buy a set of very stiff construction thruster, and that did the complete opposite of that. It made it so stiff I could barely get any kind of side slide, which, you know, helps you get into that nice deep pocket, but it just wasn't working. At that point I was quite frustrated with this board, so I decided to leave it and just try maybe a couple more different fin configurations and see how it went. Haven't tried those yet because as of the moment I've just had to go for an operation, so that stalled a lot of things. So in the future, hoping to try maybe some different sets, maybe quad again but with a stiffer construction and more of a traditional quad setup, so that might help a little bit. It's got a nice tapered nose to it, which if it's a strong offshore day, it does help. So, you know, normally boards with this kind of volume and size, you got a way more rounded nose, and when it's a strong offshore day, that can overstall you coming down the face. So that tapered nose definitely worked in its favour, and it's a feature I did like about this board. It wasn't all bad. You know, the grip deck is a really nice feature. It's very solidly built. The rails feel really nice and clean, and there's a nice edge to the rails. So what we'll do next, we'll have a look at the bottom contours and see what's going on in there. Okay, so now we're going to go to the bottom contours. Starting in the nose, you can see there's a bit of roll in the nose. Okay, so from that roll there, we're going into single concave pretty quick, keeping that single concave, keep deeper concave now, coming into quite a deep concave, single concave, and single concave, coming into a little bit of a double now, deepening double inside the single it looks like now, coming out, single and single all the way out, just a slight bit of, a little bit flat just through this area here, just on the tip there, it goes into quite flat. So if you're looking to try a pyzel board, this would be a good option to not spend the high-end money for a pyzel, and it's got really good construction, so it will be easy on the bank and easy on the sand if you hit it. So the construction is very, very good, one of the best I've seen in the kind of foamy hard shell board constructions. It is a good one. Really solid bottom, feels just like a regular kind of epoxy board bottom, and the rails are soft rails. They haven't got the hard shell, they're soft rails, so that's a nice little feature again. And of course the whole grip, quite a low rocker. Nice board, but unfortunately this one just isn't for me. It works nicely, it did get me 1 or 2 good waves on occasion, but again it was in that really good size, good wave range where there's lots of other boards in my quiver that I'd probably rather be on than this. So good job on the construction, good job on the overall board, but for me it's not one of my favourites. But you know, there'll be somebody out there that absolutely loves this and rips it to bits better than I could. So thanks for watching again. Hit the like button if you like, subscribe and share with your friends. Thanks a lot.